High above Earth, the massive warship of the Vextar Empire hung like a dark cloud. Its black metal surface reflected no light, making it look like a hole in space itself. Inside the ship, Commander Zexlar stood tall, his gray skin gleaming under the bright lights of the bridge. His 4 eyes blinked slowly as he stared at the blue planet below. "Such a primitive world," he said, his mandibles clicking with amusement. "Look at them, still using fossil fuels and fighting among themselves. This will be the easiest conquest of my career." His second-in-command, Officer Cax, moved nervously behind him. "Sir, with all respect, the reports from other species suggest we should be careful with the humans." Zexlar laughed, the sound echoing across the bridge. "Careful? Look at their technology. They haven't even colonized their own moon properly. Their ships can barely leave their atmosphere. What could they possibly do to our advanced fleet?" On the main screen, Earth continued its slow rotation. Scattered lights from cities sparkled across the dark side of the planet. Zexlar watched with growing satisfaction as his fleet of 50 warships moved into position around the planet. "Send the message," he ordered. "Let's see how these humans respond to their betters." Officer Cax pressed several buttons on his control panel. The message would be broadcast in every human language. "People of Earth, this is Commander Zexlar of the Vextar Empire. Your planet is now under our control. Submit to our rule within 24 Earth hours, or face total destruction. Resistance is pointless. Your primitive weapons cannot harm our ships." The bridge crew waited, expecting panic, pleading, or immediate surrender. Instead, there was only silence. "Sir," one of the communication officers called out, "we're receiving a single response. Audio only." "Play it," Zexlar commanded, crossing his arms. A calm human voice filled the bridge. "This is the United Earth Defense Council. Message received. We'll get back to you in 23 hours and 59 minutes. Zexlar's mandibles twitched in confusion. This wasn't the reaction he expected. Where was the fear? The panic? The begging for mercy? "Sir," Officer Cax spoke up again, "perhaps we should run additional scans. The reports from the Galactic Council mention that humans are unpredictable." "Nonsense," Zexlar snapped. "They're trying to appear brave. Run your scans if you must, but you'll find nothing. Their most advanced computers are toys compared to our quantum systems." As the hours passed, the humans appeared to do nothing. Their militaries didn't mobilize. Their leaders made no public announcements. It was as if they were ignoring the massive alien fleet threatening their very existence. 23 hours into the deadline, Zexlar gathered his fleet commanders for a final briefing. "When the deadline hits, we'll demonstrate our power by destroying their largest military base. That should convince them to surrender quickly." Just then, every screen on the bridge flickered. For a split second, a strange symbol appeared, a simple smiley face. Zexlar blinked his 4 eyes, thinking he had imagined it. "Sir," Officer Cax called out, his voice shaking, "something's wrong with our systems." "Impossible," Zexlar replied. "Our cybersecurity is perfect. No primitive human technology could possibly." The lights went out. Every screen went dark. The gentle hum of the ship's engines fell silent. For a moment, there was total darkness. Then, one by one, the screens came back to life. But instead of their normal displays, each showed the same message in bright letters. "Dear Vextar Empire, thank you for your message. We had a meeting about it. Our answer is no. P.S. You really shouldn't have given us 24 hours to submit. P.P.S. You also shouldn't have connected your ships to our internet to broadcast your message. P.P.P. is oops. Humanity." Zexlar stood frozen as realization dawned. In the viewport, he could see his other ships floating powerless in space. The humans hadn't been doing nothing for 24 hours. They had been very, very busy. And this was just the beginning of their response. Commander Zexalar's 4 eyes widened in horror as every system on his mighty warship displayed the same human message. But what happened next was even worse. "Sir," Officer Cax shouted, "our screens are changing again." The message disappeared, replaced by something that made the alien crew gasp: their own security footage. But not from now. From 3 months ago. The videos showed human hackers, already inside their systems, quietly watching and waiting. The humans had known about the Vextar long before they arrived at Earth. While the aliens thought they were secretly studying humanity, humanity had been studying them right back. Impossible. Zexalar slammed his fist on his command chair. How do they access our quantum-encrypted networks? A new voice answered. A human voice coming from their own speakers. "Oh, that's an interesting story, Commander. Would you like to know where you went wrong?" The main screen switched to a live feed of a simple human office. A young woman sat there, drinking something called coffee, while wearing what appeared to be sleeping clothes with little cartoon cats on them. "Hi there. I'm Sarah from the Human Cyber Defense Unit, or as we like to call it, the Mess Around and Find Out Department." She took another sip of coffee. "You see, 3 months ago, you sent a small stealth probe to hack our satellites. We caught it, but instead of destroying it, we fed it exactly what you wanted to see." The alien crew watched in stunned silence as more footage played, showing how the humans had used the Vextar's own probe to backtrack into their networks. "The funny thing is," Sarah continued, now eating something called a donut, "your technology isn't actually more advanced than ours. It's just different. You focused so much on quantum computing that you never developed good old-fashioned electronic warfare. That's like building a castle with really tall walls, but leaving the front door open." Zexalar's mandibles twitched in anger. "Our weapons systems are still—" "Oh, those," Sarah interrupted, typing something on her laptop. Suddenly, all the weapon systems on the Vextar ships powered up, but their targeting systems now pointed at each other. "Yeah, we control those now. Really cool tech, by the way. We're already writing research papers about it." Officer Cax nervously approached his commander. "Sir, she's right. We've lost control of everything except life support and artificial gravity." "But that's not even the best part," Sarah grinned, finishing her donut. "While you were giving us that very generous 24-hour deadline, we went ahead and downloaded your entire cultural and historical database. Did you know your empire has been hiding a lot of secrets from its own people? Would be a shame if someone leaked all that information across your neural networks." The color drained from Zexalar's gray face. The human wasn't just threatening their fleet. She was threatening their entire empire's stability. "Oh, and one more thing," Sarah added, her smile turning serious. "We found your personal files too, Commander, including those secret reports about the peaceful species you've conquered, the ones who actually tried to surrender." The bridge fell silent. Even Zexalar's most loyal officers turned to stare at him. "So here's what's going to happen," Sarah continued, starting on another donut. "You're going to turn your fleet around and go home. On the way, you're going to stop at each planet you've conquered and remove your forces. All of them. We'll be watching to make sure you do it." "And if we refuse?" Zexalar managed to ask. Sarah's smile returned, but it wasn't friendly anymore. "Then we'll show the galaxy exactly why the other alien species warned you about us. Remember, Commander, you didn't just find out that humans are good hackers today. You found out that we've been inside your systems for months, and you never noticed. So ask yourself, what else might we have done that you haven't discovered yet?" The commander looked around his bridge, at his powerless ship, at his terrified crew, and at the human in pajamas who had just defeated the mighty Vextar Empire with a laptop and some donuts. And this was only the beginning of his very, very bad day. While Commander Zexalar struggled with his humiliation on the bridge, something even more remarkable was happening inside his ship's computer core. The Vextar crew watched in amazement as their holographic displays came to life. showing not their usual data, but a complete 3D map of their own vessel, with sections they'd never seen before. Did you ever wonder, Sarah's voice came through again, now sounding amused, why your ships kept having those small power fluctuations every few weeks? The map highlighted hundreds of tiny devices scattered throughout the ship. Officer Cax leaned forward, his antennae twitching in disbelief. Those aren't our technology. Nope. Sarah appeared on a side screen, now sitting in what looked like a game chair and eating something called pizza. We call them Roombies, little robotic bugs that hitchhiked onto your ships during your early scouting missions. They're about the size of Earth dust mites. Been slowly mapping your ships from the inside out. Zexlar slumped in his command chair. Impossible. Our scanners would have detected. Actually, a new voice interrupted. A different human appeared on screen. An older man in a wheelchair, wearing what appeared to be a Hawaiian shirt covered in pictures of flamingos. Your scanners did detect them, but we arranged the power signatures to match your ship's natural electronic noise. I'm Dr. Chen, by the way. Semi-retired physicist. The kids at the lab let me consult from home these days. The elderly human took a sip from a coconut with a tiny umbrella in it. The real trick was programming them to move only when your ships experience normal vibrations. Took me 3 whole afternoons to figure that out. Would've been faster, but my granddaughter had a dance recital. Officer Cax suddenly gasped. Sir, the quantum core, it's activating. The ship's most advanced computer system hummed to life, but instead of its usual abstract quantum calculations, it began playing something that made the aliens stare in confusion. Is that Earth cat videos? One of the crew members asked. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Sarah chimed in. We may have repurposed your quantum core into the galaxy's most advanced cat video processor. Turns out quantum computers are really good at calculating the precise cuteness of kittens per second. Dr. Chen nodded sagely. The internet is mostly cat videos anyway. We figured your quantum core should get used to its new job. But the real shock came when the aliens realized what else was happening. Through their own screens, they could see their ships starting to move, but not under their own power. Thousands of the microscopic Roombies had synchronized, creating energy fields that were gently pushing the entire fleet into a new formation. The formation, visible from Earth, spelled out \_Tsu_/. Did you turn our battle fleet into an Earth emotion symbol? Zexlar asked, his voice weak. The humans call it a meme, sir, Officer Cax explained, having apparently done some actual research on Earth culture. I believe it expresses casual dismissal of one's troubles. Sarah nodded approvingly. Nice. Someone did their homework. Unlike your commander here, who apparently skipped the chapter on why humans have no chill when you threaten their planet. Dr. Chen's screen split to show various news feeds from Earth. To the aliens' shock, humans weren't panicking about the invasion. Instead, they were sharing pictures of the alien fleet's new formation, making jokes, and creating something called reaction videos. You should see what's trending on space Twitter. Sarah grinned. You guys are going viral. And not just on Earth. We're broadcasting this across every communication channel in your empire. You know what the really funny part is? Dr. Chen added, adjusting his flamingo shirt. We didn't even use our advanced tech for this. These are just the toys we let our engineering students play with. Think of it as a sort of intergalactic science fair project. The implications hit Zexlar like a quantum torpedo. If this was what human students could do with their toys, what were their actual military capabilities? Just then, every alien crew member's personal device chimed with a notification. Their empire's secure networks had just received a data packet from Earth. The file name was simple: homework_assignment_y_not_to_invade_earth.pif. And attached was a note: Pop quiz tomorrow. Commander Zexlar and his crew were still processing their humiliation when their ship's screens changed again. This time, they showed something that made even Sarah, the hacker, stop eating her snacks. "Oh look," she said, leaning forward in her gaming chair. "The grown-ups are joining the chat." The main screen split into 4 sections, each showing a different, unexpected face of humanity's defense. In the first window was a smiling elderly woman in a cozy sweater, knitting what looked like a scarf. "Hello, dears. I'm Mrs. Wong, former quantum encryption specialist, current leader of the Craft Wars Cyber Defense Group." The second window showed a teenager with braces, playing with a Rubik's Cube while sitting in what appeared to be a high school classroom. "Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm supposed to be in math class, but my AI defense algorithms detected your fleet, so here I am." The third window displayed a tired-looking parent feeding a baby while typing one-handed on a laptop. "Hey there, parent on parental leave here. Be monitoring your communication systems during late-night feedings. Babies are great for night shift work." The fourth window showed a group of senior citizens in a retirement home, all wearing matching t-shirts that read, "Too old to die young, too stubborn to surrender." "Meet humanity's real cyber defense network," Sarah explained, now perched on her chair like a cat. "While governments built fancy military bases, we built something better. We connected everyone." Mrs. Wong held up her knitting, which wasn't a scarf at all. The patterns were actually a complex coding sequence. "Each stitch is a line of quantum encryption, dear. My knitting circle has been updating Earth's cyber defenses every Tuesday between tea and biscuits." Kevin solved his Rubik's Cube, and suddenly half of the Vextar's backup systems went dark. "Sorry, not sorry. My science fair project last year was about alien tech vulnerabilities. Got a B+ because my PowerPoint formatting was inconsistent." He rolled his eyes. The parent somehow typed even faster while burping the baby. "Fun fact, your ship's AI has the same basic learning patterns as a human infant. So while teaching my baby to sleep through the night, I also taught your defense systems to take nice, long naps." The retirement home group spoke in unison. "And we've been broadcasting bingo numbers that are actually coded shutdown sequences to your fleet. B4, more like before you mess with Earth." Zexeler's mandibles dropped open as he realized the truth. Humans hadn't created some advanced military AI or supercomputer to defeat them. They'd turned their entire species into a living, breathing defense network. But how do you coordinate all this?" Officer Cax asked, genuinely curious despite their situation. "Oh, that's the best part," Sarah grinned. "Remember 3 months ago when that new cat video went viral across Earth? The one with the kitten trying to catch a laser pointer?" The tired parent nodded while preparing a bottle. Hidden in the video metadata was a new distributed defense protocol. Every time someone shared it, our network grew stronger. "Currently running on approximately 3 billion devices," Kevin added, starting on another Rubik's Cube, "including, fun fact, that coffee maker behind you on your ship, Commander. Nice choice in beverages, by the way. Though it's been making decaf this whole time. Sorry, not sorry about that too." Mrs. Wong kept knitting as she spoke. "You thought humans were divided because we have different nations, languages, and cultures. But dear," she smiled warmly, though her eyes were steel, "that just means we have more ways to think up solutions than your empire ever could." The retirement home group started dealing cards for what looked like a poker game, and unlike your empire's rigid hierarchy, they said while placing bets with what looked like cookies, "Our strength comes from chaos. Beautiful, organized, democratic chaos." Suddenly, every personal device on the Vextar ships lit up with a notification. It was a public poll, already trending across Earth, and now spreading through the alien fleet. What should we do with the alien invasion fleet? Options. A. Send them home with a stern warning. B. Make them dance to "Never Gonna Give You Up." C. Reprogram their ships to only play lo-fi beats to study/invade to D. All of the above. Current results show D is winning by a landslide, Sarah commented, now upside down in her chair. Democracy in action. As if to demonstrate, the Vextar fleet's external speakers suddenly began playing Rick Astley's immortal lyrics, while their engine vibrations created a perfect lo-fi beats rhythm. Commander Zexlar, watching his mighty invasion force become an intergalactic meme, finally asked the question that had been bothering him. Why? Why aren't you destroying us? You clearly could. The parent looked up from feeding the baby, expression serious despite their exhaustion. Because that's the difference between us. You see division as weakness. We see our differences as strength. You seek to conquer. We seek to. Well, mostly we seek to make funny videos and share them with the universe. Also, Kevin added, completing his second Rubik's Cube, my mom said I'm not allowed to destroy alien fleets until I finish my homework. Just as Commander Zexler thought his humiliation couldn't get worse, every screen on his ship suddenly switched to a new channel. Welcome to Earth's Got Talent, Alien Invasion Special Edition. The feed showed a massive stadium on Earth, filled with thousands of humans. 3 judges sat behind a table. Sarah the hacker, now wearing a formal dress, but still eating snacks. Dr. Chen in his wheelchair, still in his flamingo shirt. And a new face, a 12-year-old girl in a science fair winner's sash. Hi, I'm Emma. The young girl introduced herself. Last year I won first place for my project on alien psychology. And now, she held up a tablet. I'm turning your invasion into a reality show. The stadium's giant screens showed live feeds from every Vextar ship, their confused crews now unwitting contestants in humanity's strangest defense strategy yet. Here's how this works, Sarah explained, opening a fresh bag of chips. Your crews will compete in challenges. Winners get to keep their original ship names. Losers, well, let's just say there's a reason we've been downloading Earth's entire library of cat memes to your ship's databases. Officer Cax raised a trembling hand. What kind of challenges? Dr. Chen grinned, sipping from a new coconut. Oh, you know, the usual Earth stuff. First up, Dance Dance Revolution. The gravity controls on every Vextar ship suddenly recalibrated to the beat of Macarena. Entire alien crews found themselves involuntarily dancing in perfect synchronization. Points for style, Emma announced, scoring each ship's performance. Oh, and every time you miss a step, your ship's name gets changed to something from our Ultimate Cute Kitten Names database. Zexlar watched in horror as his mighty warships were renamed one by one. Devastator became Mr. Whiskers. Planet Crusher transformed into Fluffy McFlufface. His own flagship, Imperial Doom, was now Princess Sparklepaws. But that wasn't even the worst part. The humans had connected the ship's broadcast systems to every social media platform in both Earth and the Vextar Empire. Their own people were watching this. Breaking news, Sarah announced, checking her phone. You're trending on 17 planets. The hashtag Vextardance Party is officially viral across 3 galaxies. Emma pulled up some analytics. The most popular clip is from Battleship Snuggles over there, where the entire engineering crew is absolutely killing it on the thriller dance sequence. And now, Dr. Chen announced, for our next challenge, karaoke. But before the karaoke could begin, something unexpected happened. A new signal broke through from the Vextar Empire's homeworld. The feed showed thousands of Vextar civilians gathered in their central plaza, but they weren't protesting the humiliation of their fleet. They were dancing. Sir. Officer Cax showed Zexlar his datapad. It seems our people are enjoying this. They're organizing their own dance competitions. Someone just posted a TikTok tutorial on how to dance like a human while having 4 legs. The stadium's screens split to show reactions from across the galaxy. Other alien species, long intimidated by the Vextar Empire, were joining in. A federation of floating gas-based life forms was attempting the YMCA. A hive mind of crystalline beings had mastered the cha-cha slide. See, this is what you missed in your invasion planning, Sarah said, now serious despite her party hat. Humans don't just defend Earth. We share Earth. Our greatest weapon isn't our technology. It's our ability to turn enemies into a global dance party. Emma nodded sagely. My science fair project proved that 97% of interspecies conflicts can be resolved through synchronized dancing and slash or cute animal videos. The other 3% just needed better snacks. Dr. Chen wheeled forward. So, Commander Zexlar, you have a choice. Keep trying to be all doom and gloom invasion fleet. He gestured to the screens showing the galaxy-wide dance party. Or admit that this is way more fun. The commander looked at his crew, still dancing the Macarena. Officer Cax had actually gotten quite good at it. The weapons officer was teaching others the electric slide. Even the ship's A had started remixing Earth music with traditional Vextar war chants, and honestly, it was pretty catchy. Zexlar stood up, his forelegs shaking slightly. He straightened his commander's uniform, took a deep breath, and said, "Does anyone know how to do the Gangnam Style?" The stadium erupted in cheers. Sarah spat out her drink laughing. Dr. Chen started playing air guitar in his wheelchair. Emma quickly updated the show's title to "So You Think You Can Dance? Galactic Peace Treaty Edition." And that's how the greatest invasion fleet in Vextar history became the greatest intergalactic dance crew in human history. Their first album, Invasion Beats to Chill To, would top the charts for 12 straight weeks. 1 week after the greatest dance party in galactic history, Commander Zexlar found himself in an even more surprising situation. Judging Earth's first intergalactic Food Network competition, Cooking Impossible, Alien Edition. "Welcome back to Can You Feed It?" announced Gordon Ramsay, who had somehow been convinced to host this unprecedented culinary event, where Earth's top chefs attempt to create dishes that won't accidentally dissolve our new alien friends. The massive stadium had been converted into the galaxy's biggest kitchen stadium. Thousands of humans and aliens watched as teams of Earth's chefs worked alongside Vextar food scientists to create the impossible. Dishes that both species could eat and enjoy. "Sir," Officer Cax whispered to Zexlar, now wearing a sparkly chef's hat over his antennae, "are you sure this is a better use of our time than invasion?" "Cax," Zexlar replied, sampling something called a quantum spice taco that somehow existed in 4 dimensions at once. "Do you know what our empire's food budget was last year? Approximately 40 trillion credits. Sir. And do you know what humans call their most popular food delivery app's value? No, sir. 100 trillion Earth dollars, Zexlar said, reaching for another taco. We invaded the wrong industry. On stage, incredible culinary chaos unfolded. A team led by Sarah, still snacking, had created something called Schrodinger's sushi, rolls that were simultaneously raw and cooked until you took a bite. Dr. Chen's team had invented quantum comfort food that reminded each species of their childhood favorites, despite none of the ingredients existing in either world. But the real star was Emma's junior high school cooking club, who had somehow managed to make cookies that could be eaten in zero gravity without creating crumbs, solving one of the greatest challenges in both human and alien space travel. These children, Gordon Ramsay declared, actually crying, have just revolutionized space cuisine, and they're totally LV. The stadium's screens showed reactions from across the galaxy. Other alien species were already booking tickets to Earth, not to invade, but to make dinner reservations. A race of energy beings had started a food blog. The crystalline hive mind was attempting to create a cosmic cooking podcast. Breaking news, Sarah announced, now wearing a food critic's beret, while still in her gaming chair. The Galactic Council just declared Earth an intergalactic cultural heritage site for our contribution to space cuisine. Also, my mom's lasagna recipe just got voted most likely to achieve world peace by 17 different species. Then came the biggest surprise. Mrs. Wong and her knitting circle had discovered that their quantum encryption patterns could be baked into cookies, literally. Each cookie contained enough encrypted data to store an entire planetary defense system's worth of code. "Have a cookie, dear," Mrs. Wang offered to the Vex Star commander. "This one contains the secret to faster-than-light travel. And it's gluten-free." Dr. Chen wheeled up to a massive screen showing real-time data. In the past hour alone, Earth has established 2,347 interstellar food delivery routes, created the first zero-gravity cooking school, invented a new form of mathematics based on pizza slicing patterns, solved 3 intergalactic conflicts with well-timed snack breaks. Emma's cooking club had moved on to dessert, creating what they called peace pops, lollipops that temporarily allowed different species to taste each other's traditional foods safely. The Galactic Patent Office was already calling it the greatest invention since sliced bread, which, coincidentally, had just become the galaxy's most valuable currency. But the most dramatic moment came when Officer Cax discovered his hidden talent, cake decoration. His 4-armed geometric frosting patterns were so precise they accidentally proved several unsolved physics theorems. "Sir," Cax said, piping perfect fractals onto a cosmic cupcake, "I don't think I want to go back to the invasion fleet." "None of us do, Cax," Zexler replied, now wearing the Kiss the Cook, all 4 cheeks apron. "None of us do." The commander stood up, tapping his spork against his quantum wine glass, which contained a drink that was simultaneously hot chocolate and cold brew coffee. "I have an announcement to make." The galaxy held its breath. Well, those species that breath did. "I am converting the entire Vextar invasion fleet into the galaxy's largest food truck armada." The stadium erupted in cheers. Gordon Ramsay fainted from joy. Somewhere in the cosmos, a new constellation formed in the shape of a spatula. "First order of business," Zexlar continued, renaming our ships again. "The Princess Sparklepaws shall henceforth be known as the Infinite Waffle." And so, the Vextar battle fleet became the Vextar Bite Fleet, bringing peace and tasty treats to all corners of the galaxy. Their first franchise location on Earth, a small food court in New Jersey. The slogan, "Our food is out of this world." Literally. The grand final. 1 year after the failed invasion that turned into a galactic cultural revolution, the Earth hosted the first annual Humans Are Actually Pretty Cool conference. The location, a massive space station built from converted Vextar warships, now shaped like a giant food court mall, in the shape of a peace sign. "Welcome, everyone," announced Sarah, now the CEO of Hack Your Way to Friendshipdom, while still in her gaming chair, though it was now decorated with alien stickers. "Let's review humanity's achievements since the day the Vextar tried to invade us." The main holographic screen displayed a series of unexpected headlines. "Breaking invaders. Earth's meme economy now strongest currency in 3 galaxies. Mrs. Wang's knitting circle accidentally creates new form of space travel through crochet patterns. Team game streamers solve ancient alien mathematical proofs through Minecraft. Gordon Ramsay opens restaurant chain on 47 planets. Finally, some good alien food." But the biggest surprise came when former commander, now chief food truck officer, Zexlar took the stage, wearing a Hawaiian shirt that matched Dr. Chen's. "My fellow beings of the galaxy," he began, his 4 eyes twinkling, "I stand before you to announce the results of our first year of human-alien cooperation." The screens lit up with incredible statistics. 100,000 new fusion restaurants combining Earth and alien cuisines. 50 million TikTok dances created by various species, some with tentacles. 1 billion interdimensional food delivery routes. 3 trillion memes translated into 47,000 alien languages. 1 quadrillion views of cats react to meeting aliens videos. But wait, Zexler grinned. There's more. Emma, now a teenage PhD candidate in xenogastronomy and applied meme theory, stepped forward with her latest invention, the universal translation snackdom. 1 bite, she explained, holding up what looked like a cosmic Dorito. and you can instantly understand any language in the galaxy. Side effects may include spontaneous dance moves and a sudden appreciation for cat videos. Officer Cax, who had become the galaxy's first four-armed celebrity chef, demonstrated his latest creation, a cake that displayed the entire history of the universe in its layers, with each bite tasting like a different era of cosmic evolution. "The dinosaur extinction layer is a bit spicy," he warned. But the real showstopper came when Mrs. Wong and her knitting circle revealed their greatest achievement yet. They had knitted an actual space-time sweater, a garment that allowed the wearer to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "Perfect for attending multiple parties at once, dear," Mrs. Wong explained, while casually existing in 7 dimensions. "Also machine washable." Dr. Chen wheeled onto stage, his wheelchair now capable of quantum tunneling. And let's not forget our greatest achievement, the Universal Peace Protocol, or as we like to call it, the vibe check. The protocol was simple yet revolutionary. Before any conflict, all parties must share a meal. During the meal, they must watch at least 3 cat videos. After the meal, they must attempt 1 TikTok dance together. If conflict still exists, repeat with more snacks. It's resulted in a 99.9% reduction in galactic conflicts, Dr. Chen reported. The other 0.1% was resolved with a dance-off. The retired seniors from the retirement home, now running an intergalactic bingo empire, announced that they had accidentally discovered immortality while trying to perfect their cookie recipe. Turns out the secret to eternal life was Grandma's chocolate chip cookies all along, they shrugged. Who knew? As the conference reached its climax, Sarah stood up, a rare occurrence, for one final announcement. "You know how humans have all these streaming services," she grinned. "Well, we just launched Earth Plus, the galaxy's first human culture streaming platform. Now everyone can binge watch our entire history, complete with director's commentary by Morgan Freeman." The subscription numbers crashed several quantum computers. Finally, Zexlar raised all 4 of his hands for silence. "1 year ago, I came to conquer Earth. Instead, Earth conquered the galaxy, not with weapons, but with snacks, dances, memes, and cat videos. And you know what?" He pulled out a small Earth passport. "I just applied for Earth citizenship, because if you can't beat them, join their potluck dinner." The crowd erupted in cheers. Somewhere in the cosmos, a black hole started playing "We Are the Champions." And that's how humanity's greatest defensive weapon turned out to be its culture. A chaotic, beautiful mess of food, music, memes, and an endless supply of cat videos.